Yeah, recording started. Sharing the screen. Okay. So now here we will going to check, okay, a practical real world case study. Okay, and that is called Amazon Find Food Review Analysis. Okay, so again from Kaggle you will get the data, no issue. Okay, in that data, okay, what is there? Number of reviews are there this much, see 5 lakhs, number of users this much, products, time spent, okay, number of attributes of data, each and everything they already shared. So main thing is over here, see this score. So score is range between 1 to 5. So what is our objective to do? Obviously, given a review, determine whether the review is positive or negative. That's the called sentiment analysis. Okay. Now rating 4 and 5, it's called positive. Rating 1 and 2, it's basically my negative. Okay. So this 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 that we already saw how to create boundary box like if and else condition when you are dealing with fast NLP, correct? Fast API, correct? So this from that fast API we already solved in our last session. So now how we need to do, because 3 is considered as a neutral, that's why 3 is not there. So in two form this data is available, one is CSV, one is SQLite. So with CSV we already saw multiple examples, so today we are not dealing with CSV, we will deal with SQLite. So SQLite we all know, a light version of SQL. So first you have to download the data from Kaggle. Once you download it, then here what we are doing, all the related files is SQLite 3. This is the package you need to install. If you already using Anaconda, you already installed, so that SQLite 3 is already by default installed. This NLTK is already by default installed, so you no need to install anything. Scikit-learn, yes, see for Scikit-learn we are going to use TF-ID transformer, TF-ID vectorizer, and another one we are going to use count vectorizer, that is we will use for bag of words. Okay, and those other metrics like confusion, ROC curve, AOC, those we already saw at the time of machine learning. Porter steamer for steaming, correct, for steaming, that we already know. There is then wordnet limitizer for limitizer purpose, that we already know. What to vec, this is for that what to vec, that similarity, okay, for that. And this is another library called Gensim, that is going to, we will going to use to make sense some similarity word. Means if I'm saying, you know, that is really good, okay, and I'm saying tremendously good, so some similarity is there, correct? So those similarity we will check from this library what to make. Okay, so this is all about those, you know, all the libraries and all that you need to import. Okay, another library is there that I forgot, that is RE. RE is basically your regex library, like a pattern for pre-processing. Okay, and another library is not there, but yes, that you can use, that is TQDM, this library. Okay, so what will happen, this TQDM, it will give you a progress bar, because sometimes what happened, like when you are running something, it's showing that, you know, some timer kind of thing, but you don't know like how much is completed. So TQDM library you can use if you need to use, so it will show you this kind of progress bar easily. Okay, so let's start. Very easy, same way SQLite 3.connect, so you have to connect your database. Okay, so that obviously once done, then like a normal SQL query only you can collect the data. Okay, see, read SQL query and you can collect easily, no issue. Then we are checking, like, you know, those actual score, positive, blah blah blah, all those things. So it's saying number of data points in our data is this by this, easy up to this. Now what about those data? ID is there, product ID, user ID, product profile name, helpfulness numerator. Helpfulness numerator is basically remember like in Amazon feedback, So there is one thumb sign, one dislike sign. So how many percent actually helpful from that feedback? So that's counting is helpfulness numerator, and denominator is that dislike one. Score that we already discussed. Okay, like 1 2 2 1 2 negative, 4 5 positive, 3 is neutral. Time, this is a timestamp, summary and text. So mainly we are going to deal with this summary and text. Mainly this text. Text is the actual feedback. Okay. So from this we have to collect or predict the sentiment. So now if we are checking like this way, like this is the normal query, correct? So I'm not describing this one. So this is like a based on user ID. Okay, I'm checking if having like more than one review or not. So see, this is all my user ID and product ID, and like this way I am trying to collect like is there any duplicate data is there or not, like we use literally like those unique keywords and all. Okay, so this is the way we are just checking. Okay, and I am creating a count over here. So how many times? So once this is done, so based on that display, that user ID, okay, I'm trying to just delete those because those are my, again, outlier, okay, or duplicate data that we have to delete. It's like a pre-processing part we are doing. Exploratory data analysis, no need to do anything. That's okay, perfectly, no use, leave that part. So those deduplication entries that we are deleting, that's a normal, like a drop duplicates, we already know. So like that way we can easily delete. Okay, so that's okay. Here is nothing, again same thing, we are checking multiple. So this is not my focus point, that we already know how we need to deal with. So that's perfectly okay. Now this is the main thing. See, pre-processing, again, begin by removing all the HTML tags, remove punctuation like comma, dot, hash, this thing. Check if the words made up in English letter, not alphanumeric letter. So this not alphanumeric, for that we will use regex, RE. Okay. For punctuation, we will use that punctuation removal and from NLTK. For removing this HTML tag, we will use Beautiful Soap library. Okay, this is another library we are going to use. And again, those lowercase top remove words. Okay, then stemming. Okay, see, finally snowball stemming the word. It was observed the better than the Porter stemming. So previously that blog is little backdated, so they use Porter. So we gonna use snowball stemming. Second, again, another library, nothing else. So if we randomly print some of the text like our feedback, so this is the feedback. Now see over here, these HTML tags are there, some semicolons, comma, full stop, all those things are there. This is the raw feedback. So from using regex, okay, we can usually remove URL. If your this thing is having some URL like this URL, see over here, one URL is there. Okay, so how can I delete that? We can use this regex as a pattern. Okay, and we can directly delete as a substring. I'm just doing as a substring, like a replace, nothing else. So see over here, after removing, if I'm applying this first, okay, code, so after removing, it's coming like this one. It's deleted totally that part. Now, as I told, from using Beautiful Soap, I'm trying to delete all those beer tag, H1 tag, all those things like HTML tags. So if we can implement in that first one only, like sentence 0, see, no more that beer and other things are there, correct? But still, some alphanumeric character is still there. So for again, for regex, we are trying to deal with if something is there, owned, can't. So obviously this owned, can't, s, apostrophe s. So these things obviously not going to understand our algorithm, correct? Or we can pre-process like that way in normal way. So that's why again we are using regex, and we were saying owned means will not, Can't means cannot. Like this way, we are just converting, nothing else. Then if we check, this is my full text. Okay. Then we are trying to deal with, see, remove words with numbers. If any words having some numbers, that also we are going to delete those numbers, because those numbers is meaningless for me. Then we are removing special character like those alphanumeric character, again for using regex. Correct. See over here, we have wow, then dot, then we have some beard, then we have some alphanumeric like this quote and unquote, this double dash, okay, hash. So all those things we are basically remove, and this is my pure words based sentences here. Cool. Now for stop words, we already saw what are those stop words. Correct. So here by default we are saying only take this thing. Okay, we are removing the words from the stop words list, that is no, not, because this is important to understand the negativity. Correct. So that's why instead of directly use stop words library, okay, what but they are giving by default, we are manually overriding that library and set that library, so that this no, not they can't delete. Okay. So then TQDM, as I already told, this kind of progress bars will going to come. So this is like a, pipeline. If we are doing, this is like a first one, we are removing that URL. Then we are using all those HTML tag. This is all about that deconcatenated, that one. This is all those extra things we are removing. This is like those special character we are removing. Then finally, after pre-processing, we are getting the final sentence. This is previously I just showcased individual way, and this is the way if we are just writing a for loop. So individual text or feedback it will get, it will pre-process and give it to you the final one. Okay. So now after pre-process, particular this 1500. Okay, so we will going to get the same output as we just got over here, same output, but this is over here we did manually. Here we are doing just the same way, applying in a single line, or in a single function, not line, single function. Then after removal all those part, as we already saw, after pre-processing, we have to use the bag of words. So if we are using bag of words, again we already saw this count vectorizer from scikit-learn that we already imported, so that one we are using. And then if we can, sorry, if we can just see, okay, this is here we are doing the object creation. Here we are fitting those pre-process review that we just got over here, this pre-process review, whole review that we are passing, some feature name that we need to print, some 10 feature name. So this feature name is coming like this way. See, this is feature means those words, nothing else, like a vocabulary. Okay, then we need to transform those words for the final counts. And if we are doing, so type of count vectorizer is this. See, this is my CSR matrix, because this is my sparse matrix, correct? We already saw this bag of words. We are basically creating a sparse matrix. So this sparse matrix we are creating, the shape of out that backup word vectorizer, that is this much. Okay, unique word means my vocabulary that we already found, that is this much. Correct. So last time we saw, like we found 11 vocabulary over here. See over here, we found 11 or 12 vocabulary. So like this way over here, we are finding total 12,997 vocabulary. Okay. Now we are checking by an n-gram. So this is again little new thing. So what is this? This is suppose I'm saying means what example I should provide. Okay, just take like this way. United Kingdom. Okay. So when we know United Kingdom, if we are just thinking like this way, United and Kingdom. So this is not make sense, correct? Because United means something else, Kingdom means something else. But if we removing this splitter and if we are merging these two words, okay, then we know this is a, okay, what? This is a country, correct? So how many words are there? 1, 2. So this is we called bigram. Okay. Now, if any words is having word 1, word 2, word 3, then together they are creating a word, means a meaningful word. Then we call this is like a trigram. So like this way, n-gram, n is again a number. Okay, so that we are trying to define over here, like how many bigram, trigram, these things are there, and up to what level. Okay, let me just delete. Okay, up to what level we will take care. Okay, see over here, the number of unique words, including both unigram means one word, okay, and bigram is this many. Okay, and how we are calculating? Again, we are using that count vectorizer. We are just giving n-gram range. N-gram range means n, I already told, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, like that way. We are saying 1 to 2 means only single word or double word, like a United Kingdom, India or United Kingdom. Up to these two level or two words we will going to take, and we will going to check in top 5,000 review. Okay, once we pre-process that, then we get to know simple thing, like my bag of word vectorizer is this much. From here we are calculating this one, and my unigram and bigram together is this much. Okay, we are just checking the shape, nothing else. Okay, because using bigram and unigram we are going to check that one as well. Once done, so again simple things, when we are dealing with TF IDF, okay, together we need to pass n-gram. So that's the main reason we actually check this one. Okay, once we checked, then we are actually just sending top 10 those features with that what's called that pre-processed feedbacks. Okay, and same way we are just transforming, because we know fit and transform is basically used for those training. So we are best just do some training over here so that we can get some samples. So type of count vectorizer that they are actually giving. So, suppose see, this is my unique ability, able find, able get, absolute, absolutely love, absolutely no, according. So like this way, this is my n-gram and bigram, sorry, unigram and bigram. Matrix is again CSR matrix, sparse matrix. This is one we already saw. Okay. Now this what to make we are not dealing with right now. So okay, I can showcase you a very simple way. So we already saw like Gensim library. Okay, let's go back again. See this Gensim model what to make we are using, correct? So what we need to do over here, if we need to see some similarity, see this is very powerful. This is awesome, this library. So if we are using this Gensim, we are just writing what to make model. Okay, over here we are passing those sentence. Again, we are passing those sentence. Okay, and we are checking 5, consider only words that occur at least 5 times. Means in that 12,000 vocabulary, we are only considering those words. Okay, those words are 5 times repeat minimum. Then only we will consider that's a valuable word. Only those words we are going to consider. If something is less than 5, we will discard. Okay. Then we are taking the size. This size is basically my that vector. How big that vector it will going to create. And workers is 4. Workers means how many my thread it will actually going to run in my machine. For processor, nothing else. So once I create a model, what to make model, then using this line, what to make model dot wb most similar, great. Okay, we are just passing great. Okay, so Great. We know some other words are there, similar word. So we are just trying to deal with what are those great words are there. Now, after that, we are checking if something, okay, after that, okay, this is, we are doing like this print, okay, this lines printing we are doing. And again, we are checking worst one. So great is for positive side, worst is the negative side. We are just checking. So if we check great, so the similarity words are coming: good, salty, full, texture, amount, want, burnt. So like this way things are coming. So fewer them are correct, fewer them are totally wrong. You can see. That's why I told Word2Vec is not good for machine learning, this kind of model. For deep learning, it's really good because we need a hell lot of model. Sorry, not model, training data. So, but again, you can find some similarity in between of good and great. Okay, for worst, see this experience sometime literally uses standard American blah blah. So all those things are bullshit. Nothing is good. Okay. So now we are checking, like, how much vocabulary after, like, if we are calculated that 5 times minimum, then my vocabulary size is actually came to 3817. So it reduced, totally reduced. So once this is done, means why we did this. Again, this is my target or our target. It mainly we have to convert our text to vector. Okay, once my vector is present, and we just think like individual, those vector is basically your data. Okay, now you know decision tree, you know random forest and other algorithms. So using that, you can easily predict, means what will happen. Now go back to that data. Now see, you just converted this text to those vector. You already know this vector means 1, correct, means negative, 0 means negative, 2 means negative, 3 means neutral, 4 means positive, 5 means positive. So you can easily convert or replace this 1, 2 to some data, 3 to neutral, 4 means positive, 5 means positive, like this way. So you have your x-axis and y-axis, means your independent data and dependent data. Now, you already know in machine learning, we already learned, like if you have dependent data and independent data, from that independent data, you can easily predict dependent data. So in that way, what we're going to have, you can easily just put any model, okay, like linear regression, then random forest, decision tree, SVD, just check. Now, how we can check? We can use, you remember, just cross validation, correct, for hyperparameter tuning, grid search parameter, random search parameter. So use that and try to build this model. And once you get that data, so now in future, if any new review is coming, you can easily predict from there that review is positive or negative. Okay, so the main part, how you can deal with NLP, we already saw. For NLP, you have to do some pre-processing. Then after that, you have to convert using bag of words or TF-IDF or only TF, only IDF, no matter, or Word2Vec model. But Word2Vec will not going to work very good because you have a very less data, and you can easily implement a full sentiment analysis. Not only sentiment analysis, just think about spam also. You can easily train your model like a spam detector. Correct? Like in mail, correct? In our Google Mail or any other mail, we know a spam folder is there. How they are detecting? In the same way, they have a large number of data, all the user are using. So they are just taking their data and tagging. And once any future mail is came, they are just directly put that mail in that spam because it's not look like a ham. Ham means actual mail. So you can do spam detector, correct? The same way, those antiviruses will also work. If they are collecting some data from any software, their authorization, their key, their value, each and everything, those metadata when you are installing any software. So those antivirus also checking. So, and they are predicting. Okay. So I'm stopping sharing the screen.